And we're off. Thank you, Mike. Sorry about the delays. Okay, this is a little video recorded interview. Thank you, Heen. A little video recorded interview with Mike Ollier, who is the coordinator of our BTEC Music practice courses. And the idea is that we're going to ask about what you'd like getting filmed and covered by your music students in a few weeks' time. We've been asked to produce ideas and to organise the production for a show that was originally called Whistle Test, if you remember the old Grill Whistle Test, based on the idea of live music performances. And that was it, really. That's we've told to take it from there, which is how we got in touch. So tell us what's coming up, please, Mike.
It's the 31st of March, Monday night, and the 1st of April. And 3 times a year we have a performance. The idea is that we get a pass the first time, merit for the second one, which is this one, and they should be getting distinction for the third one. So we generally do 1 show a year, but we split them into 2 this time. So I've got first years on the Monday night, second years on the Tuesday night. We're doing it in the Hazel Pearson. We normally go out to pubs, but we've decided to do it down there this time because we couldn't get in a good agreement from the students where they wanted to go. So I just put my foot down and said, right, we're doing it here. And then we'll decide later where the other one will be. But for your purpose, we have spoken a few times over the years about trying to get it filmed for a project, so it should be perfect. Now, I know you can't get into the theatre apparently, I don't know why.
Not until the 27th.
For even 2 days, even for 2 minutes, just have a look around. But have you been in the theatre before at all?
You haven't actually seen the galleries or the control room?
You've got a gallery. You can get 3, a camera each side and 1 in the middle. I don't know how many you're going to use. And if you're mixing it together, I don't know what you're doing, but you can get 1 either side looking down on the stage, or you can get one downstairs, whatever. So it's up to you. We always film it ourselves, but if you're there, you probably wouldn't get our guy to come. We just have a static camera, 1 camera, and just we have to have it for evidence as soon as.
So if we get our students here, if we're filming it, are we okay to use multiple cameras? Does that have to be just like a static record or anything?
Well, the good thing is, if you do the Monday, the first years of the Monday, obviously the second years are going to be the better one, better musically. So you've got a run through, a kind of a rehearsal on the Monday night. It's going from 7 till 9 o'clock. So you get a run through, and then you can maybe make it better on the second night, whatever problems you need or whatever.
So it's different students on both nights. How long a set is each one doing?
The second years, because it's their FMP, they have to do 20 minutes each. And I believe there are 4 bands and 1 duo, a duo or a trio, playing acoustically, and the others have 4 bands. So there's 5 acts, 20 minutes each. The girls, the duo, probably do 15 minutes. The night before, for the first years, they have to do a 3-song set that they choose of them, their own songs or whatever. So there'll be about maybe 7 or 8 bands there, I'm not quite sure. It's kind of why we cut them in half, because there was too many bands for 1 night.
How would you like to see the product filmed then?
Well, it's your project, really.
Well, yeah.
One of the things that I've said for years, which would be good, it might be a lot of editing. I don't know how much time you have to edit and that. I kind of thought some kind of like a TV award show where you film them coming in, you can interview a band beforehand, you can interview one of the mums and dads. We're supposed to get the mums and dads in and fill the theatre. Interview them afterwards, how did that feel, stuff like that. So it becomes a little bit like you know what I mean, like not an award show, but like that type of format. That was one idea, but I appreciate that might mean a lot of editing. But
for our point of view, as a group, would it be best for our group to follow one of your groups and therefore get them like behind the scenes, get them with family, and then get them on stage to do a complete throughout, or would we be split up where one group will do all backstage and one group will do all front?
It's whatever you want. I mean, we easy because we putting the show on.
So that's
they
our
get
choice then.
It's
Yes.
whatever you want to
But
be.
that's what you would like a full cover, not just the stage presence.
Well, it's your project, not mine. I was just giving my little idea.
Okay.
It's just an idea, you know. It's just all groups and test is fine. Or if you just use, how many cameras are you going to use?
It's still getting decided at different proposals.
I think we've
So
got
we'll
4
have to put
groups.
together
4 groups, have we?
Yeah.
You know, if you have 4 groups and you set them up wherever, you can just keep intercutting them. When years ago, we actually seemed to have regressed. We used to do it at the Town and Country Club. We used to get Tony Brown used to come up and actually edit it while we were filming. We used to switch between cameras.
That's basically what I'm thinking the setup will be. We have a little briefcase-sized editor called an Anycast system, and everything is connected through there. It's like a portable mixing deck, and then you see 2 little cameras worth of information or more really, and then literally just cut between one and the other, and the person who's given the commands, the director there, will have the headphones and the mouthpiece fed directly to the headphones and the mouthpieces of the camera people, and then give instructions to each one. We need a good dress rehearsal.
Like I say, that's getting into the theatre. It's always busy.
It's always busy. It's used all the way through.
So that would mean really like keeping certain cameras in place on the balcony and have the main group, maybe just,
And possibly one right up front as well.
and then maybe just a group of people that does follow each band, you know, just gets the outtakes for each
Exactly.
band.
Because
Have
you've
you got a
already
steady
pitched
cam?
the proposal, so so next week we'll talk about your different proposal ideas and say this is what everybody's discussed so far, and then we nail it down to what's going to actually happen.
Have you got a steady cam?
We've got a GoPro, you know, it's just like a sports camera. But you talk about something that looks like the kind of thing that used to go onto miners' helmets.
I mean, again, one of the things that I would think about is like what you're saying, but then you can use your iPhone or something, and you know you get, so it comes like those edgy Channel 4 thing, you know, where it goes to black and white all of a sudden and grainy, and then comes back to the full glory of the rest of the tech, you know, mixing them up.
Because what they actually get marked on, this is the interesting part, isn't so much the technical quality of the finished product for this unit, it's how well that we organise the planning and the preparation and the doing and working together as a team. It's the actual management of the project itself.
But it's whatever you want to do, you know. We just a band, we just have bands on stage, so if you want to go anything around that, then it can be done. I have told them before that we might do this magazine type thing, but whatever you want to do, just let us know.
Can we
Basically,
get on,
our bands go out on stage
So
and play.
Can we just say, without being tyrannical, that we have the upper hand of how we film, so we're not clashing with anybody who's on stage saying, oh no, take that again, or we want it like this, da da da.
Well, what it'll be a show, and if we have 5 bands, it'll be one band after another. They get a minute or 2 to tune up, and we've got the guy Jason's on the desk, and he, you know, it'll all be ready and set up when we just throw the bands on and off. So there's no kind of 5-minute wait or 10-minute break. They're on off. It's just a rolling band. It's just like you see on TV, Glastonbury, get a band on, off, next one comes on. That's what it'll be.
Just on a practical thing, who's going to get your bands there on that night? Because are we not working till 9? Because some of us have travel problems.
I mean, they've got bus passes. up till 9:30.
Yeah, well, some of our people need the train to get back. That's
I think what we have to do there is, which we've done in the past, is part of your project proposal. If it hasn't already, it should say, and I'll write this into the client brief, that we should allow a budget to make sure that everybody gets back okay. For what our boss is going to look at when he sees that some of it might involve trains or taxis.
Well, it won't be that much, will it?
Oh, it shouldn't be that much, but you know, he has to have his wallet surgically opened. Yeah. So there's that. You don't get assessed, without being unkind here, Mike, you don't get assessed on the quality of the band, right? The band plays as they play, it's how
Which
we
is a
capture
good thing.
Yeah. But in terms of the sound, what I would suggest doing is that you'll have some of the sound which is captured from your cameras, but the main quality of the sound, we'll get a feed coming out from Jason's mixing deck, and we'll use that, and we'll drop our footage onto that. So we'll get the same quality sound as the bands actually produce.
Well, we'll start getting the bands in on early afternoon, and Jason will sort all that out. So then it's liaison with Jason to plug into the desk.
Can we meet the bands beforehand? I mean, before the actual event? Would be good as well. And it'd be good if we can hear what some of them sound like. They did have some stuff named.
Are you in Friday afternoons?
Yeah.
They're supposed to do a show from 2 o'clock till 4 o'clock. They're all in first years and then second years, and you can hear them then. That's down in the black box, and that's
Have you been
on a
the
Friday.
black
They
box?
do the songs of the week or whatever, and they actually supposed to be doing the songs that they've learned for the show.
Do they know that they're going to be filmed?
Well, they get filmed every show anyway.
All right. Okay, so they're not going to just stop and freeze.
No.
But
Like
how
I say,
many
it's evident. We have to have it for evidence
anyway. So, yeah. But how many people are you expecting in the theatre? Is it going to be a full one then? Or?
That's the rub. They are supposed to be selling tickets for it. Again, part of the reason that we've moved into the Hazel Piecing is because we've been out to the Dickens Inn. There's like 20 people in. It's just we pay a fortune for it, so we're not paying for this. It's their FMP. They're supposed to get people there. It's up to them.
So, and it's BTEC second year students, first and
It's
second
both.
year. So you're talking about roughly between 16 and 19
Yeah.
age group. Yeah. Are we okay getting on stage if we need to for a shot? Or if it doesn't get in the way of the band?
I don't see why not. I mean, it might be a bit perturbing for the students if you're going round in front of that.
Probably with something like a Go camera or something.
From the side and
Yeah.
like
And are you getting the seats took right at the front there as well? So you can get quite close into the stage.
It's all up to Claire. I don't know how she's
doing
setting the studio, the theatre up, whether she's putting the floor in, and I assume that the full bank of seats will be down. But then you've got the stage, so you're at quite a good height.
Yeah, to do it.
Looking up.
See, because everything in the theatre, I should just explain, everything in the theatre, including all the rows of seats, is adjustable. So at the moment, that's part of the problem, that all the seats are took out. Right, and they just get all stacked and folded away, and then they all come back down again. So that's why it's not good to see it.
There's no audience, is there?
Oh yeah,
There's no
Oh, we
audience.
do have audience,
Yeah,
all
we've got
right.
audience.
You're going to
Well,
be seated.
we're supposed to have an audience. Whether they
Seating.
come or not is a different matter.
So we just might have family and friends.
They can bring anybody they want. Again, it's supposed to be
It's
a
not a
fundraiser for their final gig.
So
we will
selling
go out.
tickets.
Selling tickets, yeah.
So we could get a few clips of people coming out.
Yeah, that's what I mean about the awards type of show where
I
you
see.
ask
I see.
people.
I thought it was just
I mean, I don't know whether mums
More
and
of an
dads will
assessment.
coffee. I know some of them will, but I know Rob Hindmarsh will. He's not be able to shut him. Kaylee's dad. That's just an idea. You don't have to do that.
no. I think it'd be good to get feedback.
Are they playing their own music bands then, or is it all
No.
covers?
They can, but I don't know whether they are or not. They're given the brief that they have to do. The first years, on the first night, they have to do 3 songs each band, the second years have to do a 20-minute set. That's part of their FNP. They can do whatever they want.
Right.
But you've got a couple of lads in there who will run around. He's got radio mics. He's up and down the stairs, and he goes up in the gantry and things like that. So he's quite good to be training on. Robbie, he'll probably wear a kilt. He always wears a kilt.
Oh, I know the one you mean.
On the gantry.
You don't have many students in kilts, so well, but it's good to know this beforehand. So if we can catch them in rehearsal, I would suggest that Monday, as much as possible, we'd track the bands during the day. Of course, they'd have to move. Are you in Mondays usually?
Well, again, with that magazine type show, you know, you would maybe go into rehearsals and
because that
just
good.
10 seconds to cut into the show.
Yeah. You'd even track them going onto the stage from backstage. If they're okay with that.
Because they'll be around the back. There is a holding area
Yeah.
at the side of the stage where they have to go and then come on.
But again, once we get this theatre tour, the whole point is that we get the full tour right up from the control room right down to the backstage and the wings and where everything is, and where we can film, where we can't film. We were told years ago that it all connects through into our TV control room as well, so it's going to be an interesting one to test out. Alistair was the last one about that.
Yeah. Well, Alistair normally videos the gigs for us. So.
Oh, right.
But I mean, there's nothing to stop you using.
No,
we
well,
have Alistair there, and you can use his.
I'd like to get Alistair in. I mean,
well.
that's getting a bit strange and political, but I've asked Andy if he can help out on the night with the technical support, but if he can't do it, then I want to ask Alistair. But I don't want Alistair to feel like your second choice, if you see what I mean. But I was going to be, because he knows the Anycast system inside out as well. Yeah, so he could be good to use. We confirm it, we'll be able to edit it just on the far side of Easter and get a kind of a like rough mix. Just at the far side of Easter. Is a particular time that your students would like to see it all by?
No.
Right. That's good, so you don't have to panic too much about deadline.
So I've spoken to Danny, the other guy who works with me, and said about that idea about the match, and he said, won't that be a lot of editing? Like I said, it's your project.
Well, what's interesting is I'm going to show the assignments that it actually tails into, and the assignment's got a set date, but because it's a live client brief and you've now said that it doesn't have a set deadline, we can extend that deadline in negotiation with the client. Just a bit crafty, but that's how it goes in the real world. So I'm trying to lift a bit of pressure off there.
On the first night, what they're going to do is have a backdrop. Danny's taken a load of photographs and little videos of them, like funny little clips, and maybe you can incorporate that as well. They're going to be a backdrop going behind them, but Danny's got all that stuff on his computer.
Right.
So anything we can do to help them. I
sorry.
mean, we won't block you with anything really. It'll be clear.
Would you like to meet some of the extra people that's going to be involved behind the scenes, like
like
Danny
Danny.
and Jason as well? Yeah.
Well, if you go down
chat.
to see the bands either tomorrow or next week on the Friday, Danny runs that. Danny's there.
Yeah.
So is Danny and Jason part of Middlesbrough College?
Jason's
or
Music Tech,
music?
and Danny's he really runs the music side of
He'll be
the
doing all
course.
the mixing.
He does the music, I do all the written work.
You've just videoed that, you know. To edit it out.
Well, we have a saying,
Blackmail.
music written.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we only have 45 minutes between 2 and 2:45 on a Friday to catch them.
But if you just see, again, it'd be best for you to go in and see the year ones, because there's usually more of them. I think the lesson's an hour and a half. You know, you don't need to go to both of them once you see the kind of thing that you're doing. And really, what they're going to do on stage on the Friday afternoon is what they'll be doing in the gig. Except we'll have better lit and things like that, because all the stuff's in the theatre. So none of that's to worry about. I don't know how it affects the lighting systems on the camera, whether
We can adjust to the lighting that's there.
but obviously somebody will be using the light thingy, what do you call it? Mixing.
Yeah, vision mixer.
The light mixer. I'm a musician, not a
No, no,
proper
that is fine. That's excellent. Is there anything else that anybody wants to ask? Absolutely. Thank you, Frank. That is
Thank
brilliant.
Thank you.
Thank you,
See you soon.
Yep, I'll see you soon.